Hi, I'm Heather David with Shoreline Natural Wellness and Fitness, and welcome to the beautiful summer in West Michigan. Today we're going to work really hard on shaping up those legs. This is not a workout for the faint of heart, so if you go to start doing this video and you feel like it's too much, think about cutting it in half. Instead of doing 10 of each exercise, do 5, or maybe do the first 3 exercises and next time do the second half, the last 2 exercises. You find what works for you, because remember, this is your workout and you only get results if you're consistently doing the work. So put the work in, the results will come. Have a lot of fun with today's workout and enjoy the beautiful atmosphere. So today we're going to do lots and lots of squats and lunges and curtsies and bridges and so on and so forth to really shape your backside. So first you should be squatting down as deep as your knees are comfortable with and then tapping your foot back. In all 5 of these exercises there are 3 parts: the warm-up technique learning part, the loaded hard part, and then the higher cardio, higher energy hit part. So again, squat down to a depth that is comfortable and then tap back. And the second portion of our squats are just like the first, except now you're going to add a load and you're going to lift your heel up to the back. You want to extend back with a nice straight leg, squeezing your butt cheeks. Now as you're doing this one, be careful not to hyperextend your back. Try not to arch your back as you push that foot back. Only lift as far as your heel will go comfortably without having to arch that back. By now your heart rate's probably rising a little, and you're feeling your muscles start to wake up and the blood flowing. That's good, you're doing it right. Just FYI, on all the ones where I add weight, you could go without the weight if you're not there yet. This is your workout. Make it work for you. The third one in this is that power exercise. We're doing a back kick. So you squat down, power up, push through the heel as if you had an imaginary opponent behind you that you want to kick them. Now the aim of your kick is going to depend on your balance and your strength, so you may kick down towards the shin, down towards the knee height, or start going higher towards hip or chest height. It's up to you, depending on where your flexibility is. This should be raising your heart rate and taking those muscles to fatigue. And just a couple more reps, we finish up and we move on. As you can tell, I'm getting a little winded and struggling. And so don't feel bad if you get winded and start to struggle. Bring yourself down to the mat and we're going to go into bridges. Level 1, keep your heels on the ground. Level 2, bring them up as you see me doing. Drive your hips as high up as they are willing to go, squeezing your glutes and lifting towards the sky. Keep your palms flat on the floor and your head down on the floor as well. Really work on that posterior chain, calves, hamstrings, and glutes. Now moving to a single leg, again, you can have your heel down or you can be up on your toe, and now you're trying to place your toe of the right leg on the ceiling. Reach it as high as it will go. Exhale up, inhale down. And switch to the other side. Same thing. We do 10 of each exercise on each side. Very simple and straightforward. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if any of these are just too much, remember, you don't have to do 10. You could do just 5 and work your way up, because this is your workout and I want you to be successful with it. Now we're going to lift up and abduct. So you take your leg out and back in. Now it's very easy to pull your groin, so pay attention to the distance you're traveling with that foot. Think about starting with only a few inches open and slowly opening a little further if you are comfortable with it. And just like the other bridge combos, you can leave your heel on the ground. As you switch legs, again, assess that length of distance that your foot can travel. One side might be more flexible than the other. Exhale when you close, inhale as you open, keep your palms on the floor. Now for those of you that are really stable and secure and want to take it up a level, you can even pick your hands up off the ground, reach them towards the sky. Just be careful not to pull that groin. Take a deep breath as we roll up and start going to our next standing exercise. Again, we're starting unloaded. You're going to take a nice deep breath as you prepare to go into these side lunges. Step out to the right and drive up. Notice the left leg stays straight the whole time. As you come up, you're driving the knee upward, and then as you go down, you come down gently and descend, bending the right knee and allowing yourself to drop down. This will start really bringing that heart rate up again as we're going into these big compound movements. This is the warm-up and technique mastering set, and then we're going to go into the loaded set next. Again, notice now the right leg is nice and straight as the left leg bends and drops. Hips go back, chest stays tall. Exhale, drive the knee up. Grab onto your dumbbells. Let's do it all again. 10 more per side, this time loaded. As you're doing this one, it's really common to lean way forward, aiming the dumbbells towards the floor. All this is going to do is put a lot of pressure on your back and not so much into your leg. So make sure that your butt is driving down towards the floor as opposed to your chest hinging forward. There will be a slight hinge forward, but you don't want that to be what takes you down. Let your hip drop. Take a nice deep breath. Let's hit that other side. The bonus on this one is by going up to that knee, we're also working on balance. So we're strengthening the foot, ankle, knee, hip, all kinds of great stuff going on to improve balance, stability, and of course, make some nice looking legs to put in those skirts and shorts. Moving into our power set, we're going to drive the knee up and add a little hop. Now, if you have some knee issues where landing down like that is too much, it is okay to drive up to a toe as opposed to launching off the ground. You use power as you do so. Shooting your arm up, launching upward, breathing through it. Onto the other side. And the same thing is true with these as it was with the regular lunges. You want one leg to be straight and the other to bend. Control the movement, but use power. Almost there. Excellent. Moving on to our next floor exercise. These are kickbacks. You're going to only need one dumbbell for the loaded set. If you're wearing shorts for the loaded set, you're going to need to grab a towel and place it behind your knee as well. Now in this exercise, you notice I'm on my elbows, but you can go to your hands. That depends on the comfort for your back. Your knee is bent to about 90 degrees. You're driving your knee just under your hip and then pushing your heel towards the ceiling. Staying on that same leg, put the weight behind the knee, flex the foot to secure the dumbbell into place, and push up. Seems to be the cool thing right now to want a booty. This will help shape that booty. Really strengthening the gluteus muscles. Now we're going to go to the other side, the same idea, except unloaded. So staying on the opposite side this time. Push that heel up, drive the knee under, and squeeze the butt cheek as you lift that heel towards the ceiling. Again, you may be down on your elbows or your hands. It's up to you. Once that weight is added, make sure that you're flexing your foot. So you want to lift that knee up and down while keeping the heel pulled towards your butt to keep the weight in place. And again, as I mentioned earlier, if you have shorts on, it can be really uncomfortable to have that dumbbell behind your knee. So just setting a towel between your knee and the dumbbell will help. The last one is one of my new favorites. You get into a quadruped position with your knees underneath your navel, and then you shoot back into a wide plank, strengthening the glutes, quadriceps, and the core. Explosively shoot back and tuck in. This may be done unilateral, meaning one-sided. You can push one leg out and then the other as you progress to that next level where you do both legs. Going into our final compound set, we're doing curtsies. Your heart rate's probably quite elevated right now and your legs are probably starting to scream. That's all right, you're doing good. This is our last group of exercises. Again, the technique and muscle activator, we're going unloaded first, crossing the foot behind. Your knee drops down just past the ankle of the opposite foot and then drives up to a knee. Notice how tall the chest stays. Keep your chest upright, do not bend forward. You can use your arms to propel yourself like I do, or you can just place them on your hips. Again, the knee descends over and down. The next step is going to be to grab those dumbbells and do these puppies loaded. So grab onto your dumbbells, stand up nice and tall, take a deep breath, prepare, and then let's go again. Cross behind, drive the knee up. Controlling that descent, being careful to go as close to the ground as you can without smacking your knee on the ground. You got this. I know you're probably getting tired. Your heart's probably pounding. Your legs are probably screaming, but that is your body improving. If you feel like you're lightheaded or dizzy in any way, you need to march in place and recover a little bit. But if you just feel like, oh my gosh, this is flippin' challenging, keep going, because this is when the change happens. In those moments when you don't think you can push any further and you push just that little bit further, that is when your body starts to really change. That's when you're overcoming plateaus. Our final exercise is the curtsy skier. This is going to push your heart rate up one last time. You jump to the side, cross behind into that curtsy. Again, the chest still stays up. The wider you jump, the harder you work. Again, as in the other jumping one, if it's too much for your knees to have that hard landing, step instead of jump. Almost there. You've made it this far. You can do this. Well done. Well done. Holy cow, way to crush it. Let's bring the heart rate down just a little bit. Keep marching in place and take a really great big deep breath. One more time. And let's go into some stretches. When we work those muscles hard, we do need to stretch them. This first one is a quadricep stretch. If you struggle to balance by standing on one leg, just grab a chair and put it underneath your hand to help hold you up. We're stretching the front of the leg, the quadriceps. Moving to the other side, same thing. Keep your base leg, in this case the right leg, soft, and pull the heel of the left leg towards your butt. Now take a nice wide stance, turn your toes out just slightly, push your right hip out to the side, and then tuck your left hip under. Think sassy teenager. Really push that hip under, stretching the adductors, the groin muscles, all those things inside your thigh. Switch sides. Again, push over and then tip into it. Nice sassy hips. Our next stretch is for our hamstrings. You're going to take your toe forward and up, bending forward, reaching towards your toe or towards the ground, wherever your flexibility is. Just make sure you keep that straight leg truly straight. Tendency is to bend the knee. Switching sides, same thing. Hold nice and strong. Keeping that leg straight. It is so important that the leg that we're stretching remains straight. Finally, go on down to the floor and let's get a good stretch of the hip. This is called pigeon. For you yogis out there, you'll recognize this one well. You want to let your hips sink forward and let your knees rest. You may also take your elbows down to the floor if you like for an even deeper stretch. Go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, opposite side. Trying to push your hips down and relax into it. And finally, take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. Excellent job today. Thanks so much for staying with me.